Hello, I'm David Burton with Greene County MU Extension, and I'm excited that we're having this chance to meet or to visit through a recording about a project that I believe has the greatest potential to unify residents of Greene County and to create a culture of neighboring and a culture of friendliness toward each other. Across the nation, these types of efforts have been shown to greatly improve communities, improve neighborhoods and communities. It can decrease crime. There are other positive results. It leads to people getting more engaged in their communities. And most importantly, it helps people overcome issues of loneliness and isolation. And so here we are coming out of the pandemic. This type of effort has probably never been more important. I'm glad that Greene County MU Extension can lead the way, and we're looking for partners, sponsors, donors, people who want to cooperate and work together. And so I'm going to highlight some of those opportunities in this recording, and hopefully we can all work together to multiply our efforts this year around National Good Neighbor Day, which is actually September 28th. Jimmy Carter signed the original proclamation. It is an actual national holiday, not a made-up holiday by Hallmark, or not something that has a popular meme like National Puppy Day, National Furry Baby Day, National Shih Tzu Day, things like that. This is an actual national holiday, September 28th. Let me give you a little history about what Extension has been doing around this holiday. In 2019, we formed a partnership with the City of Republic to kind of put emphasis on this date and to see if we couldn't get some activity going in neighborhoods. We did a little bit of research with the city about how improved neighbor relationships could improve the overall city function and neighborhoods. We had quite a bit of media coverage and quite a bit of dialogue about National Good Neighbor Day on social media and print media, TV and radio. And we also did a mailing to every mailbox in the City of Republic, letting them know when National Good Neighbor Day was, giving them some ideas of things to do, and encouraging people to learn the names of the 8 immediate neighbors they have living around them. And we had a feedback loop on that. And we got, I think, maybe 15 or 16 surveys responded to, communicated back to us. And we knew of and learned about through media and otherwise people who took this seriously and actually threw block parties, neighborhood get-togethers, a number of things. And I was looking back at my original notes, and between the surveys that were answered and the activities that people told us about and we learned about, there was at least 35 different things that we could point to that took place in the City of Republic around neighboring because of our efforts. And then even on social media afterwards, on the Republic pages, when people were being cross or difficult, you'd see people say, hey, aren't we supposed to be being good neighbors? Hey, that's not being a good neighbor. Anyway, so this conversation continued. Well, we had plans to I had plans to form a committee, had some discussions with people to really step up the effort in 2019, and still trying to focus on the City of Republic to learn some best practices. And of course, we all know what happened in 2020. And so that changed the calculation of what we could do. We still had some media coverage over National Labor Day, and we were able to distribute sort of COVID-friendly ideas of how to celebrate or how to celebrate in a neighborhood. And there were some that took up that banter and still did COVID-friendly efforts. And we see some evidence of that still continuing. In the meantime, I also started an online monthly class called Neighboring 101, thinking that this might generate a handful of people in the county that would meet monthly to talk about neighboring issues and how we could improve the culture of neighboring. Well, word got out somehow. Somehow let's see, right now we have over 370 people enrolled in Neighboring 101, and over 50% of them are from outside the state of Missouri. So there's a lot of interest in this topic. And my second month of that hour-long show or class, I interviewed the mayor and another individual, the director of the Community Foundation from Midland, Michigan, about the National Good Neighbor Day that they do in that city. Uh, they partner with their community foundation in Midland. They've been doing this for several years now. I'll show you an image. It is through the community foundation, and they have a subcommittee on inclusion in Midland, and that is where this sort of effort resides now. That's not where it began several years ago when they started a Midland Neighboring Week. But they every year kind of has a different theme, and they have had success in really getting partners and people to kind of creatively come up with their own ideas. The high school took Neighboring Week, and art classes developed neighboring postcards, printed some, entered some in a competition. Um, Other organizations did other things around this topic of neighboring. The parks kind of had this big get together event as part of Neighboring Week. Businesses put this flyer up that's on your screen all over Midland. And they really tried to emphasize these different layers of neighboring. You know, the base foundational layer on that pyramid is just to say hello. And then second level types of things is getting contact information. That middle level is like inviting people to a party or joining together in hobbies. Um, uh, then the fourth level is like attending community events together, doing social things. At the very top, it's engaging in some sort of neighborhood improvement project. And Midland has had some national coverage over their efforts in this area. They had a flood 2 years ago, and as a result of this neighboring work, neighbors really joined together in Midland to help each other overcome that flood. So they've been kind of poster child in some ways, not just for neighboring, but also how to approach National Good Neighbor Day and get partnerships to revolve around that. One of the interesting things about the national date is that it's always on September 28th. So, but September 28th doesn't always fall at a good time in the week. And that's how Midland ended up deciding to go for a whole week. Because if Neighbor Day is actually on a Tuesday, you're going to have fewer things happening than you might on the weekend. So, based on what we've learned in the neighboring class, and what we've learned from Midland, what we've learned from past experience, Greene County Extension is proposing and pushing forward with a National Good Neighbor Week in Greene County. We're going to try and involve all of the communities in this. And then I also want to give a tip of the hat to Springfield Greene County Library District. We just finished up a program with them with some guest speakers and also a challenge during the week. This was leading up to Won't You Be My Neighbor Day, March 20th, which is Mr. Rogers' birthday. And the library came up with this idea of 100 Acts of Kindness challenge. And having people, they provide a list of 100 different ideas of acts of kindness. They asked people to email in what they had done, send pictures. They could report what they had done themselves or what they had seen done or what they had been the recipient of. And that was an inspired idea, I thought. I think it mirrors some of what maybe the library's done before on other things. But they got great examples. They got a feedback loop going on there and examples that they could share out. And of course, like everything we do with the library. They did a great job of marketing it and spreading the word. So we had good attendance in those classes, and we had good involvement in the 100 Acts of Kindness Challenge, which fit with that theme of Mr. Rogers. So, based on their success and uh, based on what we have learned elsewhere, I'm proposing here that in 2021, we move forward and make National Good Neighbor Day actually a whole week in Greene County. And I'm proposing the idea of 1,000 acts of neighborliness. Uh, Maybe there's a better way to say that. I've looked to this committee and others to give suggestions. Maybe it's 1,000 acts of neighboring challenge in Greene County. This would be September 26th to October 2nd. We're suggesting that these acts of neighborliness can be simple gestures that help us be a good neighbor or lift someone else's spirits, helping to make this a better community to live in. I already have a 3-page list of ideas of what you could do with or for neighbors during the week, and that will be part of our uh, publicity push as well. And the goal being 1,000 acts documented. Now, there is an email option that people can email me or email the county with their pictures and their feedback. But I've also created a survey that I'd like to really kind of run with, because that's an easier way for us to collect input on the impact of this, whether this has caused people to get to know their neighbors better, and then also to collect people's contact information, not for future promotional use, but to kind of document where this has been taking place around the county, to kind of map that out. And then also because we're going to need people's contact information if we're going to send them prizes and awards for participating. And I think that's part of what can really drive a higher level of participation. I read a book recently about multiplying. I sure can't do all this by myself, so it's going to be important to have committee members and other organizations that work with us on this idea, work with us to help promote the challenge and to promote National Good Neighbor Day. I understand some businesses and organizations may want to even try their own sort of event or promotion for National Good Neighbor Day. And if you do, I say go for it. Great job. But I hope in the midst of all that promotion, you will also include information about this challenge so that we can all, do our best at reaching our own clients, our own members, our own partners, but collectively getting people to funnel that in through this lens, through this survey, and these 1,000 acts of neighborliness. I think this has great potential to be an ongoing annual thing. Now, it is going to depend on getting partners, donors, and sponsors. And they'll go through some more of that here on this sheet. So again, that's about the 1,000 acts. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking. Again, this is a draft and subject to change, and we do need sponsors. And so I may be sending this video out to people that I think are a potential sponsor. But again, the committee members and council members, I'm looking to them for sponsorships as well. So top neighbor awards and sponsorships, we'll talk about this on another page. But these larger named sponsors, really looking at about a $500 donation. And 250 of that is going to go toward the top neighbor award given in each of these communities. And in every community in Greene County, you can see them listed there: Ash Grove, Willard, Republic, Walnut Grove, Stratford, Rogersville, Battlefield, Bodark, Springfield, and then unincorporated areas of Greene County. Now, maybe if we get more than one sponsor interested in the community, we give more than one top neighbor award. If we have 10 companies wanting to sponsor Springfield, we do 10 top neighbor awards. But it's really going to be sponsor dependent on some of this. But at a minimum, I'd like to be able to do at least one in each of these communities. And then some special county-wide neighbor awards where we'd look at all the communities and the rural areas. And we do a cash prize for the most original idea, a cash prize for the diversity award, and then a cash prize for the judge's choice. Again, another role a person can play is being on the judges committee, helping to pick the top ideas from those that are submitted, and then helping to select these special awards as well. And it's going to take more than just me. We need a committee and a group of people willing to meet and meet by Zoom and look at documentation to make those selections. And then likewise, we need donors who are willing to donate gift cards and credits at their store, things of that nature. Maybe other material items that can be given away, but certainly gift cards are great. And these prizes will be given away through drawings from people who have submitted their neighbor ideas. Now, if you've won one of these top awards, we'll probably take you out of the drawing part. But then these drawings go, and I'd say it's up to the donor. If they have a business that's right in Republic and they want the award to go to a Republic person, then we, draw until we have a Republic name for that award or for that gift card. We can work out those details with the judges, the committee. But that's the idea. So you have awards that you can win, you have prizes you can win for taking part in and reporting back on this 1,000 Acts of Neighborliness challenge. But you do have to enter to win. And then people will be able to submit pictures as well through a general email account, email address. There's plenty of room for sponsors. I already have a few lined up that are willing to help. We have some money on the table already through both my Greene County Extension Council and through the Give Ozarks campaign and monies that were raised. This is going to be important to have this money to help pay for some additional advertising and promotion beyond some of what we can already get. But you can see some of the logos and names here, Farm Bureau and the county, TV10, Greene County Commonwealth, actually Greene County Baptist Association. There is room for plenty of sponsors, partners, and donors to keep this program going and make it exciting. So again, groups are welcome to partner. They're welcome to do their own type of promotion event or activity, and then tie it back to this overall theme and getting members and people to report what they've done back through that survey. There is certainly power in working together, and power in working together to come up with sponsors, donors, and partners. And I'm hoping committee members will help in that regard in helping find prizes that we can give away. And we'll collect those and maintain those at the Greene County Extension Office. We have safe rooms and locked doors and areas where we can safeguard that and keep those things starting today. And we certainly need those stories and impacts for future potential expansion of this program through other grants and opportunities. So, and then I should mention that we also have 7 pilot neighborhoods in Greene County right now that we're doing neighboring projects with. And our office will do special mailings to the homes in those neighborhoods, encouraging them to get involved in neighboring and with this special day. Again, this is sort of the introductory interview or the recording of this activity. We have lots of other ways to join the dialogue. This sort of Zoom meeting is going to take place every Friday afternoon for those who are able to join in, share ideas, talk about their role and what their group is going to do, and how you're going to partner with us. Of course, we have the Neighboring 101 class every month, which is educational. You can register for that on our extension website at extension.missouri.edu. Look for Neighboring 101 2001 and join us each month for those conversations and interviews. So again, look forward to having you as a partner. Look forward to working with you to promote National Good Neighbor Day, September 28th. And together we can make a big difference in the hearts of our neighborhoods and the hearts of our communities right here in Greene County. Thank you.